Hey guys, my name is Trinity and I'm running to be your next ASB president. Through being on the varsity basketball team for the past 3 years, competing at nationals for FBLA, and serving as the current junior class vice president, I've experienced many aspects of Homestead, seen what can be changed, and developed the leadership skills to do so. Such changes include letting you guys know what ASB really does. To do this, I will consistently release monthly update videos and make them available across different platforms. I will also start a blog on the ASB website featuring individual members so you can get our real thoughts behind issues like why did we continue to have a cheer-off on the day of the national walkout. I also want to bring ASB's focus to making decisions with your best interests at heart. This means working with the vice president to make the new club application process more clear-cut with an emphasis on diversity. Working with the treasurer to allocate more money to clubs, events, and ultimately back to you. Working with the IDC reps to make sure Homestead concerns about issues like the new bell schedule are heard by the district board. And of course, working with your class officers through Spirit Weeks and to make sure proms are held at places you want. The current ASB advisor, Ms. Frosto, is stepping down. She has done a wonderful job with the program for the past 5 years, but with a new advisor comes change. Changes to the program, changes to our events. Now what this change is and how it affects the school is up to you. Let me be your voice as ASB president. If you want prom to be on weekends instead of Fridays, if you want to get rid of the so-called rigging of homecoming and ballot the classes, let me be your voice. Tell me, if I win the election. My point is, with each new school year, with each new group of leaders and administrators comes the chance for improvement. So if you want your changes to be heard and implemented, let me be your voice. Vote Trinity Gao for ASB president.
Hey there, I'm Z and I'm running to be your ASB president. I've proudly served as class vice president during my first 2 years here at Homestead. This past year, as your ASB vice president, I've managed the 60 clubs on campus, successfully organizing large-scale events like Club Day and Club Training, and providing opportunities to lower event costs through grants and funding. I've also established an online page that holds ASB to accountability and transparency regarding club processes. And I'm currently working on making the club process fairer and more transparent. This experience has given me insight into what changes need to be made and how to make these changes happen. And I bring all of this, my 9 years of experience in student government, and my drive and passion for making positive change to the role of ASB president. I'm not running to do what others have done before me. I'm running because I want to give every student group on campus, from choir to guard to every club and sports team, the recognition that they deserve and the support that they need by better allocating ASB resources. I'm running because I want to make your voice heard by implementing an online platform for student input and making changes to better move your ideas into action. Because I want to move Homestead in a direction that benefits every single student. And I want to do this by listening to you, about further increasing transparency, about bringing you better dances, more affordable dances, and bigger and better rallies, about what I can do for you. You deserve better than a student government that's content with complacency. You deserve a student government that works every day of every week for improvement. One that doesn't settle for less. So join me. Let's make Homestead history together. Here's how, by voting Z Chua for ASB president. Sorry. We can just cut that out.
What's up, Homestead? Not the ceiling, but in my opinion, a bright future of our school, of course. Damn, that was really good. You know what else is really good for Homestead? Govin Menon as your ASB Vice President. Hi, I'm Govin Menon, and I'm a junior here at the great School of Homestead and the current secretary of the fabulous junior class. I'm running because I love helping others, and I'm passionate about helping my fellow Mighty Mustangs, such as the hoo-ha, you wish you were seniors, the juniors, the sophomores, and the hashtag not fourth place freshmen, shout out to my freshmen, succeed in their years at HHS. I want to help provide unforgettable experiences for you guys. I'll be very hyped to be your ASB VP next year. This past year, I had the honor of putting my mark on our homecoming, BUTC, junior prom, and other multiple events. My goal as part of ASB is to help the entire student body and clubs at Homestead get through the new changes to our schools, such as a new schedule that will be implemented. furthermore, I want to communicate with the admin, our leadership team, and hopefully the district on allowing students to speak their mind about nationwide issues and for their opinions to be heard and respected by all. As VP, I'd like to be able to check on all clubs at HHS and help those clubs make sure they are following the current constitution. I want to make sure that the clubs that are being passed are not just serving as someone's college application padding, but to truly help the student body. My main goal, if elected VP, is to help streamline the club application process so every student at Homestead who is interested and passionate about starting a club at Homestead gets a fair chance at the implementation of their club. In order to accomplish this goal, I plan on allowing more discussion time for those who have a vote in the application process and possibly increase transparency of the process by allowing students to have a say on the clubs they want to have and to be passed. Our goal in ASB is to reach out to the entire student body and adhere to everybody's needs. So go and vote for Govin Menon to be your next ASB VP and build on the bright future this school has. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Lily Lee and I am running to be your next ASB Vice President. I have 3 years of experience in leadership and 2 years of experience as an officer for 2 different clubs on campus and have been involved in over 8 different clubs. With that being said, I see that there is a lot of new changes that needs to be made to the entire club structure, which is why I have 5 main goals for next year. First, I want to unite clubs with similar interests in order to host larger and more impactful events, not only for the student body, but also for the community around us. This could mean a STEM night for all the STEM-related clubs on campus, or an arts exhibit for all the art lovers and music enthusiasts. Secondly, I want to involve clubs in ASB-sponsored events, such as homecoming and battle of the classes. This could mean having robotics shoot t-shirts out of their robot during rallies, or having the photography club take videos of the brunch time cheer-offs. This will of course count as a club semesterly event, which will hopefully alleviate some of the stress and pressure that club officers often feel. Third, I want to clarify the role of advisors in their clubs. Right now, a lot of different clubs are struggling with conflicts with their advisors for either being too overly authoritative in the decision-making process of the club or being aloof and uninterested. My proposed solution is to have online check-in sessions at least twice a semester with these advisors, more training sessions, as well as more rules and guidelines in general so that officers and advisors are all on the same page. Fourth, I want to create a recognition program for all of you dedicated club members, similar to the Green and White Awards that we already have on campus. Club officers will be able to nominate a number of club members depending on the size of the club, and club advisors will be able to nominate a number of club officers depending on the size of the officer team, and then an award ceremony will be held during second semester. The current ASB Vice President and I have already begun working on this project, and we both hope that it will become a success next school year. Lastly, I want to amend to the new club's application process. Currently, new club applicants only have 1 chance every school year in order to become a club. For those who are just a few votes short from passing the first time, I want to give them a second chance during second semester after more training and preparation. With these 5 goals in mind, I hope you are convinced of my dedication and vision for clubs next year. So vote for someone who is collaborative, committed, and clubs-oriented. Vote for Lily Lee as your next ASB Vice President. Thank you.
Hello Homestead, my name is Jiyoung Shim, a candidate for the ASB Secretary position. It was once said by a very famous man that there were 2 things that were certain in life: death and taxes. However, Ben Franklin forgot to mention one other thing that's a fact in life, and that fact is that Jiyoung Shim will make an amazing ASB Secretary. Let me assure you, Homestead, that is a fact that is certain. As ASB Secretary, I would be in charge of taking notes and keeping things organized during meetings. Well, it's a good thing that if you take out your phone and look up the word organized and go to images, there's a picture of me. Just kidding. But if you did take out your phone to check, something you can do is vote for me. I try to be very punctual and on top of things during meetings. And if you don't believe me about my notes, you can check out my Cornell notes. They're spot on. You can ask Mr. Herbst about that too. And such things as Cornell notes, I've learned from Homestead, and Homestead has taught me just so much. and I want to give back to the Homestead community what Homestead has given me. I also care for the Homestead community very much and truly believe that leadership needs to set a standard of what your community is first. And I believe that as an ASB officer, I will be able to do that. So, Homestead, if you really want to make a change in the school, vote Jiyoung Shim for ASB Secretary. Thank you. Bye, guys.
Hello, Homestead. My name is Caitlin Pan, and I'm running to be your ASB treasurer. But first, let me ask you a question. Who's your crush? Now, you probably knew the answer to that right away, but let me ask you another question. Do you know how the ASB budget is passed? Probably not, and the process may seem murky or unclear, but I'm here to help clear things up by advocating for transparency as your ASB treasurer. In the past year, I've served as junior class officer and business manager of the Epitaph, where I increased the budget by over 5 times its amount through successfully advertising with businesses and responsibly allocating the funds to pay for each issue. My experience with managing the tens of thousands of dollars in the budget, as well as conducting all monetary transactions, guarantees that I have the experience necessary to be Homestead's ideal treasurer. I admire our student body for the different passions that each person has, ranging from sports to music and manifesting in the 55 diverse clubs we have here on campus. I will represent all your voices through my goals this year, which are 1. To make club funding and grants procedures transparent by maintaining clear communication with clubs, 2. To optimize social media platforms that will advertise ASB card sales, and 3. To pass the ASB budget ethically. I believe that by advocating for transparency together, we can help bring change to Homestead. Ultimately, it is your passion for whatever it is you love to do that has inspired me to serve this school. Thank you, and vote for Caitlin Pan as ASB treasurer.
Good morning, Homestead. My name is Eric Chang, and I'm running to be your ASB treasurer. Now, you might be wondering, who is this guy? Why would I want to vote for him? Or, what shampoo is he using? Now, these are all very natural questions, and I'll do my best to answer at least 2 of them. As for who I am, this past year I served as the 2019 class treasurer and organized fundraising events to make junior prom a reality. Aside from class treasurer, I've also served in leadership positions within Boy Scouts or the Sunnyvale Teen Advisory Committee to the Sunnyvale City Council. Now, my goal as ASB treasurer is to not only create an effective budget, but also increase efforts to inform you guys about what leadership is doing. I believe leadership has an obligation to inform the student body on what it is doing so you guys can keep us accountable for what we do. I would push for efforts to publish budget reports and meeting minutes to make sure you guys know where and how our money is being spent. Aside from creating a more informed student body, I believe these efforts at communication will encourage more people to run for student government. Personally, I didn't run for any position within leadership until my junior year because I was afraid. I didn't know what being in leadership meant, and because of that, I didn't run. I believe efforts to improve communication and inform the student body will encourage more people to run, and in turn provide you guys with a wider range of more qualified candidates. Unfortunately, it appears I'm all out of time. Homestead, just remember, what would a Mustang do? A Mustang would vote for Eric Chang as your ASB treasurer.
Hey Homestead, I'm Adele, the girl with the afro, and I would like to be your next ASB treasurer. Just to get a couple things straight, I cannot sing, but I will say hello from the other side of the quad if I see you. I would like to be ASB treasurer because the money management side of treasury involves the entire school, and I want to do as much as I can for Homestead, and I want every student leaving Homestead knowing that they have gained a valuable and fun experience. I believe I am fit for this position because I am reliable and I keep my word no matter what. In middle school, as 8th grade class vice president, Student Council raised over $6,000 to install a new water bottle filling station to reduce plastic water bottle waste on campus. This is one of my greatest accomplishments because I got to do something for my school, and this is so important because school does so much for us. And if you want to do as much as you can for this school, you'll have the chance to because I plan to hold meetings that the entire school is able to attend to give feedback on changes ASB plans to implement. I would also like to implement debates in ASB and class president elections. Not only to more realistically prepare students to become voting citizens of the United States, but to also have more well-informed voters that will in turn result in a fair election. So you've heard about what I want to change about this school, but this is not about me. This is about you, because we're all part of a team. I am a team member first and foremost. I rely on the team. I defer to it. I sacrifice for it, because the team, not the individual, is the ultimate champion. And I want us to be the ultimate champions. So if you see something about this school that you want to change in order to make it better, you can count on me to make that change, because nothing motivates me more than a challenge. I'm not running to please anyone. I'm running for each and every one of you. So make your vote count. Vote for the girl with the afro. Vote Adele for ASB Treasurer.
Hey Homestead, my name's Anushka Tambe and I'm running to be your next ASB social manager. When I began high school, Homestead offered me a host of activities I never thought I'd be interested in before. But over the last 2 years, I've become an active part of the choir program and was a captain of field hockey in the fall. Homestead has offered me so much and I would love to give back as a member of ASB next year. As social manager, I would be part of a team helping to plan school-wide events such as Battle of the Classes and Homecoming. For the last 2 years that I've been in leadership, I've served as class vice president and gained a lot of valuable experience. While I didn't necessarily revel in painting signs or cutting wood, the time and effort we put in was so worth it when the sophomores got second overall in Homecoming. Also, this year, Sadie's was replaced with a new movie night event. Planning and advertising this event successfully demanded focus and determination that are going to be vital in the role of social manager. If I was elected, a couple of my goals would be to increase transparency in terms of the point systems for VOTC and Homecoming, and create more school events that cater to a wider audience. Personally, loud crowded events like dances and rallies aren't my favorite, so I'd have the extra motivation to create new events for people with similar interests. Thanks for listening, and please vote Anushka for social.
What is up, Mustangs? My name is Leor Kishnevsky, and I am running for ASB Rally Commissioner this year. Currently, my position in leadership is Rally Commissioner, and I love it. I've already planned and executed all the rallies this year, not only making me knowledgeable on the ins and outs of making a rally, but also the time and effort you need to prepare a rally. Do you remember the insane, ferocious Battle of the Classes rally? The time and effort spent on that rally and seeing you guys having fun and cheering your heads off was worth the months of hard work. Now, what are you looking for in an excellent rally commissioner? You're looking for someone who is super creative and super hyped. So if you haven't noticed, I'm really excited and ready to make even better rallies next year. This year, after every rally, I asked for people's opinions on the rally and what we could do to improve. The biggest request was to make rallies less repetitive and try new things. So I pondered and I came up with 3 new ways to change up our rallies. Number 1, have the entire gym covered in decorations, from balloons to posters to 3D figures. The gym will look like no other. Number 2, have different performances with new and unique ideas. And lastly, number 3, have audience participation, grabbing audience members from the crowd to play games or have entire class competitions. In the end, it's you who decides how our rallies turn out. And if you want to be sure of having incredible rallies next year, then make sure to vote for me, Leor Kishnevsky. So if you want more, vote for Leor.
Meeting all of you this past week has really inspired me and reminded me why I want to be your next IDC rep. My name is Richa Chanagiri and I want to make a change. IDC, the Interdistrict Council, has so many fun aspects to it, like our dances, the rallies, the exchanges, but we handle serious matters too. Things and topics that affect our district as a whole, each and every one of you. Proactivity, passion, and perspective are so crucial to this role. As the chair of the Student Site Council, I worked very closely with Mr. Giglio, our principal, as well as our team to create more opportunities to allow for the campus groups to improve and also allow for new ideas in our school. This is the proactivity. As a 2019 class officer of 2 years, I worked endlessly on Homecoming and VOTC, bringing the passionate and spirit to our school. And when serving as the Bay Section Vice President to over 30 chapters, I'll gain the perspective of not only high schools, but also the middle schoolers. And these middle schools are the future of our district, giving me such a unique perspective. My goals for IDC include creating an IDC website allowing for students across the district to get this information, publicizing our meetings so that anyone interested can come and speak, but also hear about the issues that affect them. And finally, at IDC events, I just find that students interact with students from their own school, and that kind of defeats the purpose of IDC. So I want to make sure our events actually foster networking and the connections that can build. I've given you 4 things about me, 3 things that I want to do this year, and I have 2 semesters to do it all. But it's all for one purpose, and that's to make our district and Homestead the best it can be. I hope that with my experience, I can help IDC run smoothly and transparently. So don't forget, Homestead, to vote RE2C for IDC.
Hi Homestead Mustangs, my name is Sonia Parikh and I want to be your next IDC representative. Why? Well, first let me tell you what IDC stands for. It stands for Intra-District Council. This program will help all 5 schools in the district communicate ideas and share events, creating a more unified district. As the Homestead representative for IDC, I want to add groups to this program that have not yet been implemented into getting involved. Some things that I would like to implement are more teacher involvement. I've seen a lot of students be involved in the IDC program through IDC exchanges, but I want to get more teachers involved in this program. Second of all, I would like to make larger IDC exchanges. We only have 10 kids go from each school. I would like to make this 15 or 20. Third of all, I would also like more student direct communication with students to the district. I know a lot of students don't even know what the district is or who they are, and this would really help unify our school. So, I know this all sounds good, but you're saying, like, how is she qualified? Well, let me tell you. I've already worked with the district for the 2 years I've been at Homestead under the sub-organization called VACO. This organization has helped youths get into their career early on with all 5 schools in the district. And I've also had a year of leadership experience as social manager for 2020. My number 1 goal is to listen to all of you. I know a lot of you have friends from all different schools, and you want to understand how their life is at their school, and you want to implement those ideas to our school. And I know all of you have ideas on this, and I know a lot of you don't get to say what you want to say. So that's my number 1 goal, to listen to you. So see me around school, message me, and find me on Instagram and Facebook, and tell me your ideas, because those are my number 1 goals. And don't forget, vote Sonia for IDC representative.